As we try to spread individual freedom and liberty in an age where people subconsciously think the government is God, we should be very mindful of not just our ends, but our means to get there. This being said, we need to adopt innovative strategies for spreading not just the theory of freedom, but real freedom. And the key is using economics, of course, a power that we all possess. Yet, there's a vital point that I've noticed seems to be missing from many libertarian and anarchist minds when considering the means of economic liberty. And in this video, I want to invite you to consider, which is the practice of the theory, agorism. While the economic theory of the market is indeed a very important part of our means, it needs applicable practice in the real world to demonstrate its true value. And ultimately, the free market will speak for the free market better than even the best economist and philosopher will. So I just want to try to briefly present three main reasons of why we should introduce the practice as a strategy as much as we use the theory. So the first reason I would like to draw upon is that many people are hands-on learners and they simply don't want to learn about economics. It seems dreadful and irrelevant to them. They're just not interested. However, when they can actually see the free market at work and they can see the effects and they can actually participate in it, this is when they understand, and this is when they actually will maybe want to learn about the theory. Because I know it is through my practice of the free market, agorism, that I've been able to really build a community of anarchists and libertarians where I live. And again, it was showing them and experiencing the practice with them. It was not the theory initially. Because again, people are hands-on learners and they need to experience a true free market instead of, this crony capitalism that we live in before they're really interested in learning and using the theory of the free market. So the second reason is what the practice of the free market actually creates, which is, believe it or not, economic freedom. It creates a free market, albeit an underground economy, that encourages voluntary cooperation among the people for mutual benefit. It creates a peaceful and efficient alternative to the state, and it creates competition to the state. And it creates independence for the people because it encourages entrepreneurship. And it shows them, not just in theory, but empirical evidence, the real works of a free market, even if it must compete alongside a violent state economy for now. It creates a new economy with the free market, hence it creates an alternative and better system than the current state. And it encourages people to navigate the free market. And the third reason is the effects that the free market produces on the state, because free market action is the ultimate civil disobedience to a tyrannical state, because it siphons power away from the state's legitimacy and directs the economic energy elsewhere. And in fact, between alternative currencies, private and better services, and dissolving this illusion of the state being the supreme authority of man that keeps everything together, it hits every critical pillar of the state's power. And there are reasons, of course, why the state cracks down on even the smallest acts of commerce, because they know over time, through many individuals, this has a huge impact on the economy and hence our economic freedom. So it comes as a surprise to me that so many people who spend so much time thinking and speaking about the empowerment of free market theory fail to recognize the market's power when in action to create a free market. And I don't know if they see all these underground activities that go on that, no matter how small, encourage economic freedom at a massive level, because it's not some huge revolutionary act we really need, and it's not some huge power that keeps the state's evil at bay. It's human action. It's the social cooperation of all of these individuals to act that is going to be the real say of society. So while of course it's very important to spread this knowledge of the theory, it seems hardly effective though without the real appliance of the free market in action. And it's the free market in action again that will answer for itself. showing itself as the effective mechanism of social cooperation that it is. And it's the free market that will encourage the free market, and it's the free market that will outcompete the state in action. Or at least that's my view, but I've seen a transformation just in the place I live of so many more people moving towards individual freedom and moving away from the state because of just seeing this free market in action and then starting to use and learn the theory. So despite the infighting, libertarians, anarcho-capitalists, and agorists will agree that the free market is the means to the peaceful efficiency of the economy and really the epitome of social cooperation. So instead of just trying to use theory to debate, because of course a universal libertarian theory could never exist, it's an oxymoron, to use the practice. Because is this not the goal of the free market? To achieve a feedback system that allows the ideas that satisfy the most to profit and the ones that satisfy the least to see loss. Because with practice, different flavors of liberty can and will coexist and even compete. And this is, for example, the amazing idea of the startup societies, creating a market of governance that one day will outcompete the state governance because it's so much more peaceful and efficient. And in fact, it acts as a real model of an idea rather than just an argument. So, in the words of the Startup Society Foundation, don't argue, build.